Ever heard of trigger finger, trigger thumb, or stenosing tenosynovitis, and wondered what it is? Well, according to an article by licensed and registered occupational therapist Jessica Reichert-Holt, it's one of the most common causes of hand pain in adults, and is reported to affect roughly 2.6% of the general population. It's a condition characterized by a difference in the diameters of the flexor tendon and its retinacular sheath, which can lead to symptoms like painless clicking, stiffness, and even swelling. Interestingly, it seems to occur more frequently in women and has an average age of onset at 58. But it's not just gender and age at play here. Diabetics are also at a higher risk. In fact, they have a higher lifetime risk of developing trigger finger or trigger thumb, with high HbA1c levels being an independent risk factor. So, trigger finger or trigger thumb is not just a painful condition, but one that significantly affects a large number of adults, particularly women and diabetics. What are the signs that you might have trigger finger or trigger thumb? Well, this common cause of hand pain in adults often starts with seemingly harmless symptoms. You might experience a painless clicking when moving your finger or thumb. You could also notice stiffness or swelling, particularly in the morning. Perhaps you've felt a catching or popping sensation when using your finger, or discovered a painful nodule at the base of a knuckle on the palm side of your hand. These symptoms are the body's way of signaling that the diameters of the flexor tendon and its retinacular sheath in your hand are mismatched, leading to inflammation, hypertrophy, and scarring at the junction of the A1 ligament and flexor tendon. But how do you measure the severity of this condition? That's where the Quinnell grading system comes in handy. This system assesses the severity of trigger finger or trigger thumb, ranging from uneven movement to fixed deformity. Knowing these symptoms and the Quinnell grading system can help you understand the severity of your condition. What causes trigger finger or trigger thumb, and what other diseases are associated with it? These are questions that many people ask. Trigger finger or trigger thumb occurs due to a disparity in the diameters of the flexor tendon and its retinacular sheath. Inflammation, hypertrophy, and scarring at the junction of the A1 ligament and flexor tendon contribute to the development of this condition. There are several causes of trigger finger or trigger thumb, including overuse, which is common among those who perform repetitive hand or finger movements. Diabetes is another significant cause, with high HbA1c levels being an independent risk factor. This condition is more common in diabetics, who have a higher prevalence and a greater likelihood of multiple affected digits. Other associated diseases include gout, a form of inflammatory arthritis, renal disease, which affects the kidneys, and rheumatoid arthritis, a chronic inflammatory disorder affecting many joints, including those in the hands and feet. Abnormal inflammation and metaplasia, a change in cells to a form that does not normally occur in the tissue, contribute to the development of this condition. Understanding these causes and associated diseases can help in managing and treating trigger finger or trigger thumb. Did you know that your diet could impact your risk of developing trigger finger or trigger thumb? Indeed, the food we consume can play a significant role in our overall health, including the well-being of our hands. Excessive sugar intake, for instance, is linked to conditions like diabetes, which heighten the risk of developing trigger finger or trigger thumb. This is due to high blood sugar levels exacerbating musculoskeletal disorders. When our bodies have to process too much sugar, it can lead to abnormal inflammation and changes in our cells, contributing to the development of these conditions. But there's good news. By making thoughtful dietary choices, we can potentially reduce our risk. Decreasing sugar consumption is a great start. Implementing a well-balanced diet rich in nutrients can be a game changer. Nutritional therapy, which includes personalized dietary recommendations, can help manage and even prevent symptoms of trigger finger or trigger thumb. So, next time you reach for a sugary snack, consider swapping it for a nutrient-dense alternative. By considering your diet, you can potentially reduce your risk of developing trigger finger or trigger thumb. Let's talk about some specific nutritional recommendations that can help manage trigger finger or trigger thumb. First up, magnesium. This crucial mineral is often overlooked, but it plays a significant role in nerve transmission and muscle contraction. A dosage of 250 to 300 milligrams before bed is recommended. Next, we have vitamin B6. This vitamin is essential for nerve function, and a deficiency can lead to symptoms similar to those of trigger finger or trigger thumb. A dosage of 20 to 50 milligrams 3 times daily is recommended. Increasing your intake of vitamin B12 can also help. This vitamin is crucial for nerve function and the formation of red blood cells. You can boost your B12 intake by eating mollusks, crustaceans, fish, fatty beef, eggs, full-fat milk, and seaweed. Vitamin D, often referred to as the sunshine vitamin, is essential for bone health. It can be obtained from sunlight, but also from certain foods like fatty fish, cheese, and egg yolks. Finally, consider avoiding gluten. While not everyone is sensitive to this protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, it can cause inflammation and other autoimmune conditions that affect joints in some people. By incorporating these nutritional recommendations into your diet, you can potentially manage and prevent symptoms of trigger finger or trigger thumb. Remember, every small change can make a big difference. So, we've navigated quite the journey on the topic of trigger finger or trigger thumb, haven't we? From identifying the primary symptoms such as stiffness, swelling, and discomfort, to understanding the various causes and diseases that are linked to it, including overuse, conditions like diabetes and gout, and even disorders like carpal tunnel syndrome. However, the most crucial piece of information we've gleaned today is the impact nutrition can have on managing this condition. It's not just about conventional hand therapy, but also about embracing a dietary change. Reducing sugar intake, adopting a nutritionally balanced diet, and following certain nutritional guidelines can help in managing this condition, even averting the need for corticosteroid injections and surgical procedures. Remember, your health truly lies in your own hands. Small dietary modifications can dramatically influence conditions like trigger finger or trigger thumb. If this video has been beneficial to you, please like, share, and subscribe to Remedy Seeker for an abundance of health and remedies. Until next time.